Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and we are doing another 30 days of survival video because it is still the month of September, which is National Preparedness Month. Now, I'm sure that you've seen this all over the prepping channels and then people who you are following as they talk about this. Because if this is your first time watching this video, then hello, welcome, thank you for stopping by. For the rest of you, we are chugging right along, aren't we? We are moving through. And this one goes out to Little Rural, my 5 year old, who gave me the idea of doing this in a fun and creative way of using the alphabet. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, sit back and enjoy. At the end, somewhere up here, I'll have a little card that you can click on and watch the series up until this video, or maybe it's in entirety, depending on when this comes out and you watch it. So here we go. We're getting very, very close to the end of the alphabet, and today's letter is the letter U. So the very first word that I have picked out is understand. You're going to get intel from all over, whether that's word of mouth, whether that is hearing, seeing, reading, anything along those lines. You're going to get some sort of information, and what you do with that information is basically how you're going to make your decisions. And so you have to understand that. Uh, I've always talked about this is your best investment, your mind, elevating your intelligence level, helping you to understand things better, opening up your mind, taking emotions out of it. Emotions are usually the thing that leads to poor decision making and bad outcomes. So, the ability to stop and process so you fully understand. Don't be afraid to ask questions and follow up questions. If you don't fully understand and get the most vivid picture that you possibly can, you can end up making a mistake, and that mistake can cost lives. And when we're talking about SHTF, those lives can be family, friends, neighbors, loved ones, people you really, really care about. And so the ability to understand as best as you possibly can could be very, very vital. But that leads me into my next one, which is going to be utilize. What are you utilizing around you for SHTF? Are you utilizing everything to its maximum potential? Because when you have something there, you can use a certain percentage of it, you can use half of it, you can use it in a way that it's not intended. uh, it's the ability to utilize, and now you can utilize a person, so that way you are giving them the correct tasks, so that way you're getting the most potential out of them. uh, you can utilize an object and make sure that you are using it in its intended purposes. Sometimes you have to be creative and use something that wasn't necessarily intended for that, but it'll work. But the ability to problem solve is going to be what I feel as an important thing, because you have to utilize everything that's around you. And one of the ways that you can understand the problem and how to utilize different things is maybe where you come into the next word, which is update. Updates are going to be one of the things. We live in a digital age. Most of us, at least maybe my age and older, when you see that little screen pop up that says, hey, this needs an update, and you again, but updates can be a good thing. You need updated information. Maybe some of your preps and gear need updated. Your food needs to be rotated, and you need to update the shelf with new food, so that way the expiration dates and things like that. You need to update from something that you temporarily had to utilize, and now you are in a better position financially to where you can purchase something better, bigger, something that you can utilize even more. So updates are not necessarily a bad thing. Updates can be very, very important and can be extremely beneficial. Make sure that you're updating your plans. Don't let things collect dust. Update your bug out bag. Update every part of every aspect of your training. Update yourself. Go get recertified. Go take more training classes. There's new methods and different things that are coming out all the time, and sometimes your training or your methods need an update. But to tie all this in, I'm going to go into my last word, which is going to be unity. This is going to be a fun one because we need unity. We live in a time that's very divisive. Everybody is divided down into category to subcategory to even a finer subcategory. It's no longer the I'm an American. It's got to be your skin color. It's got to be your political affiliation. It's got to be your religion that you go to. It's got to be your who you care about and love. They go through and categorize everything so they can make your group smaller and smaller and smaller. And I don't want to see that in a prepping community. We as preppers, we as survivalists, bushcrafters, homesteaders, farmers, anybody that is in this community, we need to work together as best as we possibly can. Throw all that other garbage out the window, and we need to come together and help each other. If you have a question of, you're looking around on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, um, you're even looking to take a class or anything like that, do your research and look for red flags. If they are telling you, watch only me, everybody else out there is bad, that's a red flag. If they are trying to say, well, I'm way better than this, that's a red flag. If they, try and say anything along the lines to where they are tearing down uh, people inside of our community and not trying to help in the community, that's a red flag. The people that I tend to migrate towards is the people that are not in it for themselves. They are the ones that are trying to do what they can to help other people. It's not about fame. It's not about money. It's not about recognition. It's about, if I can help one more person, then that's all. And it just makes everything worthwhile. We need unity because in SHTF there's going to be massive amount of problems all over the place of all different kinds coming from all different directions, and the more that we unite, the better we have a chance of having a better outcome for us. So those are my 4 words. Let me get into my honorable mention, which is going to be 2 words, which is useful and useless. So you have to, when you start looking at somebody or something or land or a decision or anything along those lines, you have to figure out, is it useful or is it useless? And most of your useless that people automatically look at something and go useless, is there a useful thing that you can do with it? Can you utilize that? Is it something that is unattractive, or do you think it's not important? Do you think that you can't reduce, your dependence on certain things? Can you recycle it? Can you upcycle it? Can you barter with it? Does it have a use? There's a lot of people that they go really far one way or really far the other way, and they'll look at something and they'll go, no, useless, 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 and they just start throwing all this stuff out, and people can come up behind them and look at it. Remember that one man's trash is another man's treasure. They can pick through a lot of that stuff and make it useful. There's also the flip side of this coin, that somebody's going to keep all of it, and there's some useful garbage in there, and there's no reason to keep garbage, right? If it's not useful, it's useless, and we need to discard it and get it away because uh, we need to keep what's important. We need to keep something that's going to help, and and get us through bad times. If it is not useful, get rid of it. Okay. It's okay to get rid of things. Don't get rid of everything. Be creative. Look at it. Can it be utilized? If it can't, it's okay. Get rid of it. So, those are my words. I hope that that was fun. I know that a few of you are starting to get excited because we're starting to get to the end of the alphabet and the series is almost over, and we're starting to get into them kind of harder letters. So, I know some of you were kind of teasing me about how I'm going to do this, but uh, stick with me. It's going to be fun. So, that's what I've got for you. I'm going to issue you guys the challenge. Go down there into the comment section, figure out some words that start with the letter U that we can add to our list, because here again, I am not here to spoon feed you. I'm not here to give you a complete list. I want to get you thinking critically and then you build off of that. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope that you have a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's definitely more information to come. And with that, I want to remind you, remain united because we're all prepping in this together.